Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my drive-by. 80 degrees, southern Florida. I'm on the I-75 going northbound towards Tampa. It's Saturday, July 25th. It's about 7 o'clock right now in the evening on Saturday. And I wanted to bring a subject up. And the subject is about freedom. Guys, you know, for the freedom we have today, and if you're a veteran, God bless you. Thank you for your service. And if you're somebody who fights for freedom, like an Alex Jones or somebody that does it, they do the cop videos or the concealed carry, and they do a lot of these open carry videos and record the cops. God bless you. God bless you for And if you're a news reporter, a good news reporter, reporting corruption, God bless you. And if we're putting corrupt judges, corrupt police, and corrupt law officials and lawyers in jail, that's what we need to be doing. So I just want to say that in the beginning. God bless for freedom. God bless the United States. God bless everybody that stands for homemade apple pie and American values. God bless you. And if you don't, well then you should probably move and go to Japan or go to North Korea and get the hell out of the United States, okay? And if you want to burn the U.S. flag in the street and pour gas on it while you're here using the medical system and living off the taxpayers that pay the money, you should get the hell out of here too. So that's just an open thing. So if you hate the United States, you don't like living here, friggin' leave or vote, become a senator, and change it, make it better. Too many people in this country don't want to make the country better. They want to complain about everything. Half of them don't vote. Half of them are not contributing. They're just going to complain and knock the government or knock this country. Get the hell out of the country if you don't like it. Leave. Goodbye. Vamonos. Unless you're forced and you were born here. But if you come from someplace else and you come here to live out the system and condemn it and fight, screw your ass, So I just wanted to say that in the beginning of this video, and now we'll start our drive-by. But anyway, I look at a lot of different things. Years ago, there wasn't this big rhetoric about freedom. There wasn't this rhetoric. Before, we used to pray in schools, say the Pledge of Allegiance. There was even classes they used to give in the basements of schools on firearms to teach people how to shoot rifles and guns. Yes, years ago, my dad told me that. They had classes right in schools in the basement. They had firing ranges. They would have target shooting to show. Everybody would take their kid out, go shooting, show them a rifle, show them a gun. They weren't afraid to go out and build something, take them fishing, to show them different things in life, or different things. Today, the whole mentality has changed. We've moved away from a pioneering industry or country to a tourist and to a technology country. And a lot of the technology, when we talk about technology, yeah, but a lot of the technology is not even coming from, we're not building it. So we're a technology company importing technology and losing other skills. Now, they just recently, I heard, and I'm kind of rambling around because these are just facts that I heard, which are verifiable. I just heard that some of your big guys, like Facebook owner, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they want to import, they want people to come into this country, low-wage, skilled workers. So they want to get, like, engineers to come into this country from, wherever, let's say from India, where they make shit there. And they want them to come into here, and they're not going to pay them shit. They're going to pay them above the shit wage that they make in India. But they're going to pay them below the normal wage here. So you have an influx of engineers, doctors, everything coming into this country, and especially engineers, because we're really talking about computer field engineers, scientists, and designers, because those companies are going to hire those people. So they're getting cheap labor, and I forgot the name of the bill, but there's a certain name of that bill, and you can look on the internet to find out. It's some kind of treaty or some kind of thing, and they did it for visas and people by the hundreds of thousands. So that's just going to further dilute the population here, and people that have normal degrees are going to be hard pressed to find jobs. So it's just diluting the pool with more people. When there's more people, unfortunately, the problem we have is things get cheaper. I can remember I worked at this IT company, and we needed to hire an IT guy, somebody just to do the basic stuff, set up PCs and stuff, because I was busy, and me and my boss were busy. So we put out a thing, and we got like 2,000 resumes or 3,000 resumes. I mean, and this is for a simple like $15 an hour job, just like a gopher running around, moving monitors and stuff, sometimes back-breaking work, just basic help desk stuff. And we had guys with masters, and we had a guy from Canada wanted the job, and we had people from out of state. I mean, we had like thousands of resumes, and it got to the point everybody was so qualified, we just said, screw it, we're not going to hire anybody. We just ate up the work ourselves and did it. So we don't need more of a diluted workforce. We should limit the amount of people coming in here. That'll keep the pay rate up and people can live. Because today, with Obamacare Obamacare, and I was thinking, oh wow, health care for everybody, that's a beautiful thing. And I agree, everybody should have health care, and everybody should have medical care, and they all should get education. That you need to be healthy and educated to be able to make a living. But I didn't know it until my buddy. What happened to him, the Obamacare came through. My buddy's wife was paying, before Obamacare, because he's self-employed, he was paying his own insurance, and he was paying about $85 a month for his wife, because he was getting his own. He was a disabled veteran. He was getting some non-service connected disability, which means it goes by your income. It's not from the military. Okay? They have for veterans who are disabled, not through the military. It's like Social Security, but it's VA. It's better because you get the VA medical care too. It's much better care. They don't do optical or dental. That you have to be service connected, but give you your basic medical, and that is better than Social Security disability. But anyway, so he got that, and he got his. I think he was getting like I don't know. I think he gets $1,600 a month or something like that. It amounts to be like $19,000 a year he gets. But he can't work at all. He doesn't work or anything. He just gets that. And he's got a family of 3 people. So the Obamacare insurance thing came through, and everybody knows with Obamacare, it's mandatory. The insurance companies have to accept a pre-existing, cases, diseases and all that. And the government gives them a stipend, or they give them a percentage, and they'll pay that bill. So my buddy got a bill in the mail that says he owed $600. His premium went up from $87 to $600 because of Obamacare. And the medical coverage didn't really change, because he had the same coverage, whatever disease he had or his wife had, she was already getting treated for it, so it didn't really change it. But the bill was $600. So he gets on the phone and he calls the healthcare.gov. He selects the insurance company, which he had already, and it was on there. She says, okay, well, you're going to be getting $500 a month credit. That's what you'll get. So that means what happens, and it works this way: his health insurance is still $600 a month, but the government mails the health insurance company $500, and he's responsible for the rest of it. So he pays the $100 a month. So they had, that's how it works. It comes out of whatever pool, wherever to get the money from. So that's how the health Obamacare works. Now, that would be great, but the only problem, he was on disability VA pension. So in order to verify your income, let's say you make $20,000, okay? So if you say you make $20,000 a year, you fill out the form. When they verify that, they check to see that your income tax is $20,000. And if it's $20,000, they see that you filed a $20,000 income tax. then they'll give you that $500. Now, if you made $30,000 or $40,000, you might only get $300. It goes by that scale. But the problem was, you have to make a minimum of $20,000. Okay, so you have to make $20,000 to get Obamacare of his family of 3 in his case. If you make more, you'll still get Obamacare, you still get the health care thing, but you just get a little less. They might give you, instead of $500, give you $429. It's a sliding scale, okay? But the problem is you have to make 20. Now he only makes $19,000 a year. And his income is not verifiable because VA pension is not taxable. So therefore, on his income tax, he could put zeros. So there's a problem. So the healthcare got back to him, and they says, well, we were unable to verify your health insurance, so we canceled you. So we called back again. He says, listen, and I think he made like $1,000 on the side. So he made 20, 19 for his VA pension, and $1,000 part-time. So it was total 20. He says, listen, I make $20,000 a year. I make $1,000 on the side a year, just doing piddly stuff, and I make $19,000 for my VA pension. So he gave them, he attached the 4 pay stubs showing that it was a total of the $1,000 a year in his VA award letter. He had uploaded it to the site, and he faxed it to them. But they had already canceled him, so he was due $600 for that canceled premium. So he had to renew it. Then he got a bill in the mail for $600 when he was only paying the $87, right? The healthcare marketplace canceled him totally and said he was not eligible. So now he says, well, he checked with Medicaid, because he can't get Medicare. He's not old enough. So what happened? They says he made too much. So he makes too much to get Medicaid for him and his family. He makes enough to get healthcare.gov insurance, but he can't verify the income because it's not taxable. And he called the IRS too, and they says, no, you don't have to file that. So he has to put 0 on his income. So if he says he makes 20 and they verify it through the IRS, then it's all zeros. That's a problem. Needless to say, he got it taken care of. He had to get on that phone, call back again, fight with them again, raise the... I mean, it took him literally forever. But he still had to pay the premium for when he got canceled. The lady actually canceled him. He called and talked to a supervisor, and she said the same thing. Oh, no, you can't do that. You got it. And he said, well, shit, it's not taxable. If I put down I make $19,000, he'll lose his VA pension, he said. He said, well, I'm going to lose my VA pension because I'm not supposed to be making $19,000 because it's for people who can't work. And that would screw up his pension, too. And it gets all horse ass. So finally, he did it, and he fought, and finally got okayed. But he had to fight. So if anybody does the healthcare.gov thing, remember, VA pension, they will accept that as income. You just have to get a copy of your award letter, and if you're working your last 4 pay stubs. But you have to fight because he got canceled. And now he has to put a claim in to get that $600 for that month where they canceled. He can get it, they said, but he's got to put some kind of claim in through the government and mail some paperwork. So he'll probably get that back. But that's a problem with Obamacare. And what happens is the insurance companies are screwing the government, okay? The insurance companies are screwing the government because they're charging more. Whereas they only charged $87 for a premium. Now they're charging $600, right? Or maybe in some instances more. And the government's kicking the bill. So they say, well, we're going to charge $600. The government will give us $500, and the customer that has the insurance policy will have to pay. So they're probably going to raise the rates to whatever they can get because the government's going to give them the money. So they create more corruption in the government. I was thinking free medical care. I mean it like this. This is how it should be. medical care should be managed by the government. It should be totally free. You go in a hospital, you just show them a government card. That's it. They should have the rates. They can only charge a certain amount. And you know, if somebody doesn't want to be a doctor and they don't want to agree, but they don't have to be a doctor. Okay? They're going to go become a doctor because they want to make millions of dollars. Whatever happened, somebody becoming a doctor because he wants to help people. Whatever happened to somebody, you know, being an activist because he wants to help the environment, not make money. It's a problem. It becomes too capitalistic for everything. Medical care, for guns, for cars, the government. It's just too much political, too much in politics. There's just too much involved. And that goes in everywhere, you know, even with guns. I mean, we all love guns, but let's face it, gun dealers want to make money. They want to sell guns. And they could really probably give two shits about what kind of gun you buy. They're out to make a buck. Unless you have a small-time company, like maybe that Arsenal Arms, you know, they charge a lot. They can make those guns and charge a lot of money for them and build a real high-quality gun. But even on Arsenal Arms, I mean, that's a $9,000 gun with all the options. If you don't get the options, it's $7,500 gun. If you look at the options and the things they put in there, then you still notice, you know, you notice like the magazines are, yeah, they're okay. They're just prefab bent black mags. You would think they would use some kind of one-piece molded stainless steel, something real nice. But no, they're not real thick. They're kind of light. So you would think something like that. So they still get some probably parts, and they're probably not building their own magazines. I doubt it. They might. I don't know. I don't know if they did or not because there's no like markings on them that says who bought them, who makes them. But you know, they probably get them cheap enough from a third party. But you know, that's one thing I'd like to find out: who makes the magazines for Arsenal Arm guns. But it's just like with everything, you know. Desert Eagles, they don't make their own magazines. Somebody makes them for them. You know, got a third-party company making them, and that's why shitty quality. I mean, you got a $2,000 gun, you're putting a shitty third-party company magazine in. Give me a friggin' break. Make your own magazine. You have a better quality, and people will spend the extra $50 or $60 or $100 for the gun. They will. If you're getting quality, just like the guy here on that left. See that black car? That's a friggin' Maserati. Right in front of this white van. It's a Maserati. You know, you're going to buy that Maserati, you're going to spend the money for the Maserati if you like it. The guy's buying it. Right? There's plenty of Porsches and all kind of cars in the world. You know, they'll pay the extra money for the quality, and if they don't, somebody else will. So you know, it's just that, you know, freedom the way the United States is. One good thing is that Piers Morgan got his ass kicked off TV because he was an asshole. He was rude. I'm glad that friggin' limey bastard's gone. You know, he was horrible. Calling people stupid and everything. That was one good thing. But I think they probably had so many complaints against him on that news network. They just had to get rid of him. And you can look, if you don't understand, look up Piers Morgan, gun control, Piers Morgan, comments and stuff. He was a reporter from the UK, and he stinks. He's an asshole. When they had a lot of the gun debates, he was getting there. He actually told this one guy, which a pro-gun like organization, "You're a stupid man. You're a very stupid man, aren't you?" He was like, ridiculous. You just don't say that. You know, if you want to be around for a while, you can be, you know, like a Jerry Springer, a loudmouth, but you don't firmly insult people. But you know, our freedoms, we have to understand. And if the young people are watching this video, anything you lose now is gone. Rights that you have now, you want to keep as many rights as you humanly possibly can, because if you lose the rights, they're gone. And at one time, when you get older, when you're 70, 80, 60 or whatever, and you want those rights and they're not gone, and you're not going to get them back, then you're going to say, well, shit, you know, I used to be anti-gun. I wish you could get a gun. Now I'm 65, you can say, because Obama also wants that law. People that in Social Security can't own guns. Okay? People that had treatment in a VA hospital for mild psychiatric things, not even serious like depression, can't own a gun. But Social Security, he wanted to do that. People on 65 years old on Social Security can't own a gun. You know why? Because the government's giving them the money, and they figure they have the control to not give them the money or tell them what they can do. You know, once I do that. So if you were young and you were like an anti-gun person, you get 65, say I want to buy one, and they say, well, you're 65, you can't get one. How would that feel? Or you're 65, you can't drive a car, we're not going to let you drive a car. Or you have to go to a nursing home, or some shit like that. You got rights. Your rights, you know, are unalienable. They're from the Constitution of the United States. And, you know, it's ridiculous. But see, a lot of the young people are go to schools, and these schools only teach them go to school real hard, get a nice student loan, go work for the rest of your life, buy a house, pay taxes, support the government, and then die broke. You know, I mean, buying a house, getting a job, and just working for the rest of the life, unless you have something on the side or you're investing your money, is not going to get you anywhere. And, you know, the poorest probably part of the population is the middle class. They pay the most taxes. They support all the things. They support the schools. Schools don't pay taxes. They support the churches. Churches don't pay taxes. They support a lot of the special